Good Fortune is a cute little movie, but you can skip it in the theaters and catch it on the OTT later because it would look equally good on the smartphone and on TV. The clickbait for the movie, of course, is John Wick himself, and when Keanu Reeves acts in a movie, you go and watch. I sometimes wonder how the writer-director Aziz Ansari convinced Keanu Reeves to act in this movie Good Fortune. I suppose Keanu Reeves has a soft corner for playing angels and stuff like that, and it might have reminded him of the 2005 movie Constantine while signing the movie. And indeed, in parts, the movie is funny, with Keanu Reeves playing the angel Gabriel before the movie kind of deceptively loses its way and ends as if the writer lost interest in the movie himself and decided to end the story in an open-ended fashion, leaving the rest to the viewer's imagination. So let's quickly talk about the plot itself. Arj, played by the writer-director Aziz Ansari himself, is a struggling man doing odd jobs including a delivery boy to make his ends barely meet. He hits a rock bottom when his battered car, which is also his sleeping place, is towed outside a Denny's. It is at this moment that the angel Gabriel, played by Keanu Reeves, who has been observing Arj for a while, takes pity on him and comes to him to take him out of his troubles. But instead of giving any real practical help, Gabriel starts to encourage Arj to look forward to his future, trying to tell him that the future is worth looking forward to. The future which is shown to Arj by Gabriel is nothing spectacular, so Arj is not impressed. Then Gabriel tells Arj that money cannot really buy happiness and offers to swap him with the millionaire investor Jeff, played by Seth Rogen, who lives in a swanky mansion, drives fabulous cars, has a pool and sauna and a disco as well. The idea is that Arj would realize how hollow a life full of luxuries is and that he would come back to his simple life having tasted the tasteless fruits of luxury. So poof, and Arj becomes the millionaire Jeff and Jeff becomes the almost destitute Arj. However, Gabriel's plans go awry when Arj seems to completely enjoy the life with money and luxury and does not want to return back to his original life of poverty. The reverse swap can only happen when Arj wants to do it with his own genuine feelings, but Arj does not feel so. This naturally proves problematic because Gabriel, the angel, has disturbed the plans of the world by going outside his portfolio of activities. So he is stripped of his powers and wings and he is made a human to live with Jeff and Arj till the matter is sorted out. Will the matter sort itself out? Will Arj become Jeff again and Jeff Arj? Will Gabriel become an angel again and get back his wings? Will Arj and Jeff change in any way for better or worse? These are the kind of questions you will get an answer to when you watch the movie Good Fortune. The movie really tickles you a lot in the first half. First of all, the angel management concept has you in splits. So there's this character Martha, played by Sandra Oh, who is the head angel and has a sort of a cabinet of subordinate angels of different statures, handling funny portfolios like lost souls, suicides, and so forth. Gabriel, played by Keanu Reeves, is a sort of a junior angel with smaller wings. He has a portfolio of texting and driving, and his job is to protect people from accidents when they are, well, you guessed it, texting and driving. It is really hilarious when he comes to Arj for the first time outside Denny's and tells him that he's an angel, and when Arj thinks he's a wacko, Gabriel in a funny way asks him to look at his wings, trying to convince him that he's an angel. Keanu Reeves is funny throughout the movie because he looks like John Wick with wings, and it is equally funny when he's telling people at a rave party that he's an angel who lost his wings and so forth. Arj and Jeff, played by Aziz Ansari and Seth Rogen, are funny too. Jeff seems to be not nasty, but his sense of frustration at the situation he finds himself in is funny. Overall, good acting by everybody. There is this character of Elena, played by Keke Palmer, as a black woman working at a hardware store trying to form a workers' union, which stood out for me. There's a funny scene where Arj protests on being repeatedly called an Indian man by a black guy. The black guy retorts if he should call him a Pakistani instead. I wonder if the joke would land with a Western audience, but had me rolling on the floor laughing. While the movie has you in splits in several moments, it could have been funnier. But the director decides to make it more thoughtful in the second half and ends it suddenly. You come out of the theater in a reasonably good mood, and then the movie plays on your mind in a little bit, and it is only the next day that you think a little bit more about it and realize what a marvelous parallel the director and writer Aziz Ansari has drawn in this good fortune plot with the real world and its problems. I started thinking that the angels are like the government with the portfolios. Arch represents the poor of the society. Jeff represents the creamy layer. The angel Gabriel, trying to help out Arch, represents the fact that the poor just don't need platitudes when already overburdened by taxes and the problems of being part of the gig economy. What they actually need is some tangible affirmative action. But the government has to be careful. The distance between the poor and the rich needs to decrease gradually, and that if drastic actions are taken, it can lead to problems in the society and for the government as well. Likewise, the rich should come out of their ivory towers and understand and experience the problems faced by the poor to take economic actions which will lend a helping hand to the downtrodden. And if all this does happen, it will lead to a better society. And that's where the movie excels, because apart from being funny in a calibrated fashion, it leaves you with this wonderful message that everybody needs to be compassionate, respect each other's ambitions, as Arch finally does for Elena. And that will lead to everybody being happier, if not super rich. You might be wondering if I'm theorizing too much, but you must examine that point by absolutely watching the movie Good Fortune in the theaters or on the OTT later, and then tell me your interpretation of this seriously funny or funnily serious movie called Good Fortune.